99% of people are doing SEO wrong. And if you want to 10x inbound leads to your product to scale past $100,000 per month in revenue in 2024 with no ads or monthly retainers, then here is exactly what you need to do. Lo and behold, the sacred rulings of Google. Ready? Stay with me. Technical. DAO website must be fast, responsive, and user-friendly. Content. DAO must exhibit subject matter expertise and authority in their niche with helpful content. And number 3, DAO must gather links from reputable and relevant sites to forge trust before the eyes of Google. If you do all 3 properly, there is no scenario where you don't end up on the first page as one of the first results, driving most of the traffic, most of the clicks, and most of the revenue. But the average SEO agency today will tell you that to get results like these, you need 12 months of SEO work, you need to pay them every single month, and you just need to wait in between that time to rank. And that's fine and all, except they are lying. That's right. Most SEOs won't admit it, but you don't need to pay any monthly retainers or drag out the work for 12 plus months to get results like this, or this, or this. But instead of seeing an uptick in inbound leads like here, instead what you're getting is an agency that has your website wondering if it will ever get to page 1, or you're getting some traffic, but none of it's converting. So none of it is driving revenue. So now your traffic isn't moving, your revenue isn't moving. The only thing that does seem to be moving is the sweat on Bill's forehead. So what is Bill doing wrong? Well, we went back to the drawing board and we completely reimagined the fulfillment process. We asked ourselves if the following things that Google wanted us to do really had to be done through a monthly service. And the truth is, they were never a service in the first place. They were always deliverables. Everything from the technical work to the content production to links, all of them are at its core deliverables. And so what we did is we packed 6 to 12 months of traditional SEO work into 4 to 6 week sprints with a very clear scope of work and one-time fees instead of retainers. So here's what that looks like. Number 1 is the foundation sprint. And this is where we're taking care of any technical errors in your website, building out the SEO strategy that sets the tone for the next 8 to 12 months, and conversion optimizing your website from the copy and design. When we take care of all of this in the beginning, we don't have to worry about this on a month-to-month basis. Then it comes to execution. Instead of a retainer model, which is hitting maybe 10 blog posts a month for the next 6 months, we packed 6 months worth of content into one 4 to 6 week sprint. And you can get all of that and post it at your discretion. So this is how we're focusing on the deliverable instead of the actual service. Okay, but hold on. How do we know that the content we're going to create for you is actually going to rank and more importantly, make you money? This is how. To rank and acquire traffic, you need to go for the keywords that are very low difficulty. Don't try and hit the keywords that the giants in your industry are going for, who've spent thousands of dollars and years creating content. You want to go for the lower competition ones where you can insert yourself and then introduce users to the rest of your solution. And then to turn that traffic into qualified leads, you need to ask yourself if the topic you're writing about can be tied back to a feature of your product. And if it can't, then you have no business writing it. So this determines whether or not the content will be seen, and this determines on whether or not it will be seen by the right people. But the ultimate conversion depends on how well you understand your customer. This is the traditional marketing funnel. And we vet every keyword against this funnel to make sure that we're creating content that's relevant to our customer's journey and their day-to-day problems. Now, the mistake most companies make is they're starstruck by all the traffic that these keywords are generating, failing to realize that these people are nowhere near ready to buy. They need to be nurtured further down. And that's why we flipped the script and started focusing on the content that's bringing home most of the revenue. That could be product comparisons, product listicles, or actual landing pages. And then we work our way down to the informational, educational content. Because remember, we still need them. As per Google's second ruling, DAO must exhibit subject matter expertise. And that is how we ensure that the content we create will move your bottom line. And then there's number 3, which is the publicity sprint, where we're getting you links. Instead of a month-to-month basis, we're fitting all of this into a 6 to 8 week sprint where we get you links on relevant websites and then have that posted as a batch. The benefits of SEO sprints is there's no long-term contracts, there's no monthly retainer, there's a quick turnaround, and there's a clear scope of work. So at this point, you might be wondering, okay, well, we're doing all these things. How can I anticipate the ROI from this? How do I know how much money this is going to make? That's an excellent question. And we have an answer for that too. What you have in front of you is what's called the traffic analysis report. And this is a hypothetical report that shows you your 12-month traffic projection based on 4 different SEO scenarios. Number 1 is if you did nothing at all. The number would likely be negative or very small because your competition would continue to dominate search rankings while you lose traffic share. Number 2 is if we only focus on the existing content on your website right now and improve the content quality there. If that happened, you'd see a modest growth. The most growth would be if you did both the existing content and found new keyword opportunities, and your organic growth there would be much, much higher. These numbers would be very, very specific to your niche and competition. And how are we finding these numbers? We take your site's current data from Google Analytics and Search Console, and we benchmark that against your competition on SEMrush. And that way we can run a hypothetical scenario on what would happen if you were to rank for all the keywords your competitors are ranking for, and that would give you a clear estimation as to where your traffic could be in the next 12 months. From there, we take your average order value, average conversion rate, and run a rough calculation on the exact revenue that you might get from that traffic increase. So this gives you a very clear horizon of your ROI before you pay us a single dime. So remember, you rank number 1 at the mercy of your competition. So you need to blow them out of the water with an SEO attack that they can't keep up with. And so that's the beauty of our system. It's fast-paced, it's agile, and it's deliverable centric. So it's making it very hard for your competition to keep up. And we're the right people to do that for you, just like we've done for dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of clients. Getting them results that are increasing their clicks, just like these ones here. So if you want results like these, and you want results like these faster than the traditional SEO agency can do for you with our agile, SaaS-friendly system, and book a call with us to get a report like this, and we'll go from there, or we won't.